One Egyptian papyrus skips the gods, skips the battle scene, skips the pharaoh flexing in a crown, and points straight toward the gold. Welcome back to the sands, where history gets strange, because this is not a treasure map. It is the plan for the robbery: routes, targets, workers, guards, and an unseen king funding eternity from a desert vault. The evidence sits today in Turin's Egyptian museum, the Turin Papyrus Map, usually dated to the Ramesside period, around the 12th century BCE. It is linked to Wadi Hammamat, that brutal eastern desert corridor between the Nile and the Red Sea, where the landscape does not politely suggest danger. It announces it. No river, little shade. Long distances where one bad calculation becomes a skeleton. For thousands of years, this clue sat in silence, and what it preserves is one of the oldest surviving topographic maps we have: roads, hills, quarry zones, and mining clues drawn on papyrus like somebody left the getaway plan in the evidence locker. Look closely, and the thing stops feeling cute. Coloured hills, winding valleys, labels, resource zones. This is a heist crew's marked up floor plan. Enter here, cross there, take that. It points toward valuable stone quarries, including Bekhen stone, and toward gold-bearing desert terrain where the mines were the vaults and the quarries were side targets. Even the route matters, because in this part of Egypt, terrain is not background. It is the guard dog. And that is where the gold starts looking less magical and more suspiciously administrative. Ancient Egypt's treasure did not float into tombs on incense smoke. Expeditions needed miners, scribes, soldiers, water carriers, donkey trains, overseers, and state orders sharp enough to move men into dead country and bring metal back out. The crew had a job. The scribes tracked it, because in Egypt, power moved through records as much as through armies. The pharaoh was not just wearing gold. He was running a desert supply chain to steal eternity from rock. Once that gold reached the Nile, the robbery changed costumes. It became divine statues, ritual objects, coffin decoration, jewelry, and the bright flesh of the sun god made visible in metal that refused to tarnish. Historians agree on this part. The map belongs to a real mining and quarrying world. The rest is where things get interesting, because Egypt's obsession with eternity needed physical proof. Not just prayers. Shine. Weight. A substance that looked like the afterlife had been dragged out of the mountain by force. So what looks like myth becomes infrastructure. Desert roads, labelled targets, controlled labour, royal ambition, and a kingdom that understood logistics as a sacred weapon. Ancient Egyptians did not just build monuments, they built messages. And sometimes the message was a route. The official story explains the Turin Papyrus Map as a practical expedition record. Fair. But the bigger question is colder. How many other resource plans vanished, and how much of Egypt's sacred glow was powered by paperwork we will never see? The Turin Papyrus Map is not a treasure map telling us where to find gold today. It is evidence of the heist that already happened. The real treasure is the clue itself, a surviving fragment of Egypt's resource machine, proving that behind the glowing tombs and divine masks was a kingdom with a plan, a route, and a target. The desert vault may still have pages missing. Buried beneath the sand, something was waiting. And remember, the sands still keep their secrets. Stay with this community of clue followers, because the deeper we dig through Egypt's maps, objects, records, and buried systems, the stranger Egypt becomes.